Hello, welcome to this PPR Econ video on ADAS analysis. So the first thing that I would like you to do is to define aggregate demand, please. Okay, so hopefully you've got the aggregate demand as total planned expenditure within an economy over a specific period of time. See if you can write down and define what the formula is and what each of the components, define each of the components of AD as well, please. Okay, so hopefully you've got that the components were SIG-XM, consumption, investment, government spending, exports minus imports. Now draw an AD curve and please tell me what causes a movement and what the movements are called up and down an AD curve. Okay, so hopefully you've got that a movement up is caused by a contraction or an increase in price, which is called a contraction in AD, and a decrease in price is causes a expansion. Why then? Three reasons why an AD curve slopes downwards. Okay, so hopefully you've got the three reasons: the real balance effect, balance of trade, and interest rate effect. Next question then: what causes shifts in an AD curve? So hopefully you've recalled that a shift is caused by a change in any component of aggregate demand. So if we go through them, first off, see if you can identify a few factors that cause or affect consumption. So hopefully you've got some of the below. Do the same now for investment. Hopefully you've got some of the below. Government spending. And finally, have a go at identifying factors that affect exports and or imports. Okay, so hopefully you've got them as well there. Moving on to aggregate supply, so pause the video and define AS, please. So hopefully you've got the aggregate supply, at least short-run aggregate supply, is a total planned output within an economy over a specific period of time. Now have a go at drawing an AS curve, a short-run aggregate supply curve, and identifying what an increase in price would cause and what decrease in price will cause. So hopefully you've got, this time there's a positive relationship between a change in the general price level and GDP. So an increase in price will cause an expansion and a decrease in price will cause a contraction. Now see if you can identify the causes of the SRAS curve to shift, please. So that was COPS. Okay, so shifts in SRAS is caused by a change in cost of production. So you can see various ones there, from wages to raw materials to energy costs, and also businesses, tax, subsidies as well in there. Now if you could please define LRAS. Okay, so hopefully you've got the longer run aggregate supply shows the productive potential of an economy over a specific period of time. So I'm not going to ask you to draw it, but the YP there is this idea of full employment. See if you can identify what will cause that LRAS curve in this diagram to shift. Okay, so that's the Q and Q, the quantity and or quality of the factors of production: capital, enterprise, land, labour. There's obviously two schools of thought. So if we start off with classical, see if you can draw a classical macroeconomic equilibrium now, please. Okay, so hopefully you've got that. You've got the LRAS, now at P and YFE. So where AD meets SRAS, the economy is equilibrium. But you can see something has caused the AD curve to shift to AD1. So that's obviously from previously looked at a change in any component of aggregate demand. See if you can correct. So classical economists believe that the economy will self-correct and return to full employment. See if you can explain and annotate the diagram to do that, please. Okay, so hopefully you've identified that the higher price level incentivizes workers to ask for higher wages, which therefore causes firms to have higher cost reduction, which causes the SRAS curve, as you can see in green there, to shift in to SRAS1 and return the economy to YFE, however with a higher price level. And now what do Keynesian economists believe in? And draw the diagram for that, please. So hopefully you understand that Keynesian economists believe that this idea of waiting for the economy to self-adjust doesn't work, or at least return to full employment. So the famous quote is, in the long run we're all dead. Okay, so the Keynesian LRAS looks like this, sort of a combination of a horizontal section with a vertical section. And the big thing that they believe in is that there will be slack in the economy. So if you're down there at Y1 in a recession, the government have to step in and boost the economy by increased government spend to reduce the slack in the economy and to boost growth. Obviously, if they do that from Y1 to Y2, there will be no increase in prices. But the theory is, as you get closer to YFE, you get more and more inflationary pressure. Okay, so now you can screenshot that and keep that for your revision purposes. And if you didn't get all the questions right, obviously repeat it and have another go at that, please.